What's poppin' T Squad? It's your girl Keisha, and I'm here with tonight's All Tea, All Shade Real Housewives of Atlanta, Season 10, Episode 7 review. So, we start off tonight's episode with Shereé. She's going shopping for doors for her spa that's going to be in her basement. She says her basement will be finished. She's going to have a spa down there, a theater, a whole bunch of shit down there. And I'm like, girl, where are you getting the money to afford this, honey? I just want that. So, Porsha comes to support her. Then we see Kandi. She goes to Lake Bailey for the first time to see Cynthia's house. Kenya also comes by. And like I've said plenty of times, out of that whole house wars things from last season, Cynthia by far won it. I love Cynthia's house. I think it's just beautiful. I love the way she's decorated. It's just gorgeous. So Cynthia asked Kenya how the funeral was. She says that, she was okay until they had to do their last goodbyes. And, that's always the hardest when it comes to funerals. Porsha asked Shereé has she called to check on Cynthia after her meltdown in San Francisco. She and Shereé feel that it was fucked up that Cynthia learned about Kenya's marriage via the internet. Cynthia tells Kenya that the girls were getting on her about Kenya and Mark's wedding and, her not meeting him. And she feels like that she should have met Mark by now. And then I had to think about it because one of you said it down in the comment section last week. Kenya's own father wasn't even at the wedding. So the fact that Cynthia ass wasn't there, to me, ain't a big damn deal. Y'all just been friends now, close, good girlfriends for 3 years. And she didn't invite the nigga that nutted in her mama to bring her in the damn world. Then Cynthia is the least of anybody's worries about being in her damn wedding. So girl, bye. Kenya says, you will meet him. He hasn't been in Atlanta a lot. I go to see him in New York almost every weekend. There's a reason for that. I had to get a restraining order on my ex, Matt. So that affects where we go. That's some bullshit right there. Come on, Kenya. I mean, you can easily have Cynthia over to the house or go over to Cynthia's house if you wanted them to meet. Just say you're not ready for him to meet anybody yet. You're just enjoying each other because you got to think about it. Them niggas ain't even been together a year. Like, by the time when this shit was filmed, you niggas had only been together for some months. So you just enjoy your nigga and you ain't gotta introduce him if you don't fucking want to. Bitch, I'm 40 fucking years old. If I don't want to introduce my nigga to you bitches, I don't fucking have to. End of fucking story. I ain't 5. What the fuck? So Cynthia says it would have looked great to say she at least had dinner with Mark and a selfie. No, because we're not children. I haven't even met some of my friends' niggas. And nor do I care to. If they want me to meet that nigga, I'll meet him. It ain't a big deal for me, goddammit. We grown. Long as that motherfucker ain't pounding on her and she ain't over there sad, I don't give a fuck. Shit. So Porsha brings up to Shereé that she saw on her timeline that Shereé might be married to a prison babe. Shereé says no, she's not. But if Tyrone gets out and he's everything that he says that he is, she will marry him. And I was like, well, girl, that is a huge statement, honey, because could not be me. So Cynthia and Kandi bring up the pictures of Shereé and Tyrone that I showed y'all months ago online of her hugged up with him in the jail cell, girl, taking them prison photos and shit. And she had on that t-shirt that said wifey. I don't know what the fuck Shereé is over there going through, but girl, maybe it's a midlife crisis. So Porsha hires these matchmakers to find her a man. And all I just kept thinking about while I'm watching this scene was the white lady in that pink jumpsuit just kept on giving her this look. And I don't even know how to describe the look. It was kind of like this bitch, her. It was like I don't know. It was funny. Like anybody else peeped that white lady was giving her this like look, and I don't even know how to describe it, but I ain't like that shit. The slave in me and my ancestors didn't like that shit. It was like she was kind of like judging her, like she was like, I don't know. It was weird. And all I just kept on thinking is you can't trust no damn woman that can't even put on her lipstick right, because her lipstick was all over the place. And I was like, this bitch probably ain't got no man. How the fuck she gonna find you one? So they tell her, in order for us to get to know you a little bit better, let's see a tour of your house, which I found was weird as fuck. But it honestly did show a lot about Porsha and her dating habits or the red flags about her that might be pushing these niggas away outside the fact that she dumb as a doorknob. But they go and they looking around the house or whatever. She showed them this one room with uh boy wallpaper for a little boy. Then in another room it's wallpaper for a little girl, and so it's actually wallpaper that was there when she bought the house from the couple that used to live there. And then it's a playground set in the backyard. Red flags all over the place, flags on the plate. Like, why do you have this shit in your house? It's creepy AF. First of all, don't no man want to come in no house that's already prepared for children that your ass ain't even fucking had. That's weird, bitch. Weird as fuck. And if I was a man, I would fuck you and leave immediately and make sure I use a condom and take that motherfucker with me when I leave. So Cynthia goes to see Peter for the first time in months. They still have major chemistry. And that white boy that was with Peter, I think I follow him on Instagram. 9 times I do follow him, and he was fine. I wanted them to show his face because that's a white boy that could get it. So she's a 25% partner in bar 2 that they're going to bring to Atlanta. We find out that the place should be open in 4 months. Hopefully this does as great as, his businesses in Charlotte, because he's been killing it out there in Charlotte. And he just want to know why she came to the construction site so damn cute and pretty. I mean, he just kept on giving her that I want to fuck you vibe. So he asks her if she has a boyfriend, and she says no, but she's dating a guy named Will. And he's uncomfortable with hearing it, but he handles it quite well, because at the end of the day, they're not together and he's seeing somebody as well. But they still obviously have chemistry and still do love each other. Shereé finally talks to her kids about the whole abuse situation, and them niggas just sat there mute. That was the most uncomfortable, awkward scene I've ever seen in my life. Them damn grown ass adults were just sitting there looking at her like, are we really doing this shit? I don't feel like it. I would rather be eating a Hot Pocket or some shit. Callie says that she talked to her dad about it. He tried to explain, but she just drove off because she was at a soccer game and felt it was inappropriate. But the whole scene was just cringe-worthy. It was awkward as fuck. I wanted to fast forward, but I couldn't because I had to take notes. It was cringe-worthy. So Cynthia is going on a double date with Will, her boo, and what's that bitch name? Kandi and Todd. Will, classy ass, sent her a car to pick her up. Points over here. They would have instantly made me moist. She gets there and Will was looking good as fuck, baby, with them glasses on, that hat. And I was like, oh, represent for the light-skinned niggas, Will, because, whoo, that little light-skinned motherfucker fine. So Cynthia's panties melted and mine's melted off too, baby. So Kandi is weary about him because he's been on a few dating shows. Ty feels weird because he's boys with Peter, but they do a flashback of him telling Peter that he was going on a double date with Cynthia and Will. And he was like, if the dude cool, embrace him. So Cynthia tells Kandi and Todd that, if she divorced Peter, like, niggas, y'all got to divorce him too. Y'all can't be treating my new nigga, mean just because y'all cool with Peter. Kandi brings up Will being on the Steve Harvey show and then potentially being on another dating show. He said that he was asked to be on the other show but never accepted the offer. She apologizes and says that, she just wants to be cautious, because Cynthia is a public figure. She doesn't want anybody using him. And I feel like if he is on some bullshit, it'll all come out in the wash sooner or later. Right now, I don't pick up on the vibe that he's, trying to use her for a come up or anything like that. But we shall see. I'm not going to get blinded by the dick and the good looks and that pretty ass smile. We shall see. And Cynthia seems like the type of woman that is smart enough to see the bullshit. So he said, this nigga's so nervous. He said, I'm not an opportunist. He's like an opportunist, not an opportunist. Child. So Ty thinks that the dude is a square, but we'll give him a chance. Kandi and Cynthia go off and talk amongst themselves, and Kandi just advises her to, take things slow and asks, have they had sex? And she says no. Kandi like, girl, you lying. Somebody didn't hit that. And Cynthia say, I ain't say nobody ain't hit it. I said he ain't hit it. I want to give Cynthia a high five through the motherfucking camera, bitch. I'm like, yes, Cynthia, set that monkey out for a real nigga. You just don't sit up here and date just one nigga. Date all around, bitch. Have a smorgasbord of dicks. Yes. So Cynthia don't want to get too close to Will and get her feelings involved and not fuck him and then fuck him and then a dick be whack. And then on the other token, she don't want to fuck him too fast and come off looking like a hoe. So she like in between a rock and a hard place. And then she tripping off the fact that like, what if his dick is little? Like, what the fuck? Cause she don't want no, little bitty penis. She want a big pun or a fat Joe. And Kandi tells her, just look at his hands. If he got some thick ass hands, it'll say a lot. I'm like, fuck all that. Looking at his hands, looking at his feet. Just put your hand on his dick, bitch. Just touch it. All right. Length. All right. Shit, you grown. Just touch that motherfucker. So Cynthia dumbass, they go back to Todd and Will, and Cynthia dumbass bring up the conversation in front of him about, not wanting to fuck him too fast or too slow. And he looking like, what the fuck? And then Kandi like, girl, you weren't supposed to say this in front of his face. I'm like, Cynthia, you dumbass. Oh, God. So, but the cameraman, shady ass, did zoom in on the nigga hands, and he did have some thick ass hands, some thick ass paws. And I was like, all right, if them hands is any goddamn resemblance to that dick, then Cynthia, we ain't nothing like that third, bitch. So Porsha heads to her blind date, and as soon as she go in the restaurant to see old boy, he looked like a whole mall security guard. He looked a mess. His teeth was messed up. He just looked I was like, you should have trusted them white bitches in the first place. You need to go to a black matchmaker or go to that one lady, Patty Stinger or somebody. So she immediately turned the fuck around. I don't know why the fuck she just didn't walk out and leave, because I wouldn't even wasting my time going to sit with that nigga. But she goes and she greets him and she sits down, and it's just awkward as fuck because she don't want to be there. She leave the damn day early because he looked a mess. So Shereé life coach Jack Daniels come by to see her. She tells him that she talked to the kids finally, and he's so excited about that. And in the midst of them talking, she gets a phone call from Tyrone. Call him and tell him now, your shit. So she go outside and talk to Tyrone and leave Jack Daniels in there sitting with the cameraman. And so she asks him, what you doing? And he say, I just finished working out. When I work, I get to thinking about you and all the shit I'm going to do to you when I get home. How I'm going to carry you around. And she like, oh, Tyrone, shut up, boy. Don't say that shit. I'm like, girl, he just want to fuck your big manly ass. That nigga ain't, girl. Tyrone full of shit. I can hear that nigga got full of shit in his voice. Girl, bye. So he said, I got one of them flashbacks again on what happened the last time, I saw you in New York. And this was basically the way for them to tell us how, everything went down between them. This was a whole premeditated conversation. She told me, this is what we're going to talk about when the cameras call. When you call and the cameras say, this is exactly what you're going to say, okay? So she says in her confessional that they were dating and everything was great. And then all of a sudden he just stopped calling her and she never knew why. And then she found out years later that he got in trouble with the feds and got locked up, and that he stopped calling her because he didn't want her to get involved. Well, girl, that's what he told you. And that sounds real cute. And that sounds real cute for a movie or one of these books out here that I be writing. But that don't sound cute for no grown-ass woman with grown-ass motherfucking kids and with grown-ass motherfucking mortgage, bitch. I just don't know. Like, it's cute. I don't know if I could take a nigga like him serious. If anything, nigga, we could fuck all day, every day. But I'm not about to give a nigga like you my heart. No, ma'am. So he says walking away from her and not being able to explain why was one of the hardest things he had to do. All right. She gets emotional as he's talking. Meanwhile, the life coach just sitting there like, is this bitch fucking serious? So she says, that they're exclusive and that they talk all day, every day, and she feels butterflies whenever he called. I'm like, yeah, because this nigga's, any nigga can give you that phone sex and talk real good and get up in your mind, bitch. But this nigga's a whole motherfucking con artist, bitch. Well, what? Okay. No. So she goes back inside finally after leaving poor little Jack Daniels just sitting there for I don't know how the fuck long. And she tells him that she has a boyfriend that's in jail. And he looking at her like, is your grown ass serious? And she says that she loves him And he asks her the same question any of us would have asked. He says, "This is a fantasy for you." She's like, "I mean, who would date anybody in jail? How would that be a fantasy?" And he says, "You know, like what's going to happen when he get out?" And she said, "Oh, it's going to be beautiful." That's like, okay, Shereé. And she says, "You know, he's hoping to come home at the end of the year, but if not, you know, he has 4 more years in jail, and then he's her soulmate." And the Jack Daniels guy was like, "Well, if he doesn't get out at the end of the year, then what? Is your soulmate gonna be worth it, basically?" And then the episode goes off. I don't know about what the fuck Shereé ass over there doing. She must know that this nigga got a stash or something on reserve for when he get out. Maybe he still got some of them millions tucked away somewhere underground or some bullshit. Cause ain't no motherfucking way, bitch. I'm gonna let some jailbird ass nigga suit my head up to be his ride or die for 4 motherfucking years so he can have somebody to write letters to and talk on the phone to so he can feel special. You probably ain't even the only bitch that this nigga on the phone with. Girl, bye. Nigga, I'll holler at you when you get out of jail and I see that your ass been clean for at least 4-5 years or some shit, and you ain't getting me involved in no bullshit. You to turn your life around. Cause like he get out of jail, what he gonna do for a living? He gonna be in the same predicament Apollo was in. Who he gonna work for? Who about to hire this nigga? No, he about to be on the same bullshit that he was on when his ass went in. Unless y'all got a goddamn master plan or some shit that we don't know nothing about. Bye, Shereé. You stupid. You stupid as fuck. Ain't no dick that goddamn motherfucking precious or necessary. Bye for Shereé. Anywho, let me know what y'all think down below in the comment section about Shereé and this nigga. What y'all think about Cynthia and Will? Do y'all think Will is trying to use our Cynthia? Because we ain't gonna have that shit. Let me know what y'all think down below in the comment section. I will see y'all tomorrow for my Love of Hip Hop review. New episode of Spill the Tea is up right now, and my Married to Medicine review is up as well as my last week's episode review of Black Ink Crew. Love you guys. See you all tomorrow. Have a great night. Bye.